time. What's up, guys? Today we are starting our third dirt season. And if you guys watched last episode, we decided to go join a 4-star team. So hopefully we will be able to win a race. That is our number one goal right here, to win our first career race. And yeah, it's kind of insane that we haven't won a race yet. Just gonna fix this again. No, that's tied. Sorry. That's pretty good. There we go. Alright. So we joined Gearhawk. So our teammates is Leslie Gomez and David Ryan. And if you guys remember, Leslie Gomez was pretty fast last year and was able to do a very good job. So we are going to check out our stats here. So as you can tell, we do not have very good stats. Our average season finish is a 23 place finish, 31 career starts, 0 poles, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s. Not a very good resume there. We don't even have any laps led, guys. We're going to try and change that. Of 123 laps completed. And then a 21.7 average finish. We also have a 19 average finish, but I'm pretty sure that probably should be lower. Move the camera over a little bit. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's horrible to try and get this camera perfect. There we go. I'm not going to be moving that anymore. So let's go and start our first race here with Gearhawk. It's going to be at Las Vegas. Just check out your schedule. Las Vegas. You can head over to Drevlin, race 2. Eldora, which I believe you can win at. Charlotte. Bristol Dirt, which I am very good at. Texas, which I'm bad at. Jefferson, that I'm good at. Then we got Taggart, and the final race being at Richmond, and then the playoffs being Drevlin, Jefferson, which I'm hoping I can win at and move on to the next round, Phonetic, and Charlotte. So then the final race would be at Eldora. I don't know when there's 4 races in the playoffs, but whatever. Let's go start our first race of the year. I remember 69 NASCAR Heat 4 car. Absolutely nothing has changed with our paint scheme. We are just with a different team. So, I want you guys to remember, we are not on the same team as last year. We are on a different team. We are on a 4-star team instead of a 3-star team. So I'm really hoping that that will be able to help us do good this season and get our first career win, because I think our main goal for the whole year is not only just to make the playoffs, but to also get a win, because I believe you might need to win and also make the playoffs to advance to the next series, which we desperately need to do. So let's go do some qualifying. Hopefully we have a lot faster car now with that we are with a better team, and we can hopefully contend for some wins. As you guys can tell, I'm still driving number 69 NASCAR Heat 4 race car for some weird reason. It's just really weird to be driving this 69 NASCAR Heat 4 car in a NASCAR Heat 5 game. If you guys are wondering why I'm driving the 69 car, it's because that's my usual Rostock racing number, and no one else really uses it, so I like to make that my main number. And we're going to qualify 9th in our first race with Gearhawk. That is a really, really good start. We have Leslie Gomez ahead of us, who is our teammate this year, and our other teammate, David Ryan, starting first, so we do have a teammate up ahead. So here we go at Las Vegas. Hopefully we can win the first race of the year. So we are very high up here. Looks like Hugh Ackerman is up ahead. I'm going to make a move immediately on Bobby Carter. Going for that top 5 right now. A great turn. Going to do a little bit of a dive bomb up into Justin Jones, I believe his name is. Whoa, we get tapped. We save it. Gonna dive right up into the next corner. We're up into the top 3 now. Tony Stewart's gonna get into us. Here comes Greg Willis. Wow. This is insane to see Greg Willis up there, but we are gonna hit the wall. Hopefully this does not mean that we will be doing bad, because I do not want to lose my seat with Gearhawk for next season. We're trying to keep it up in 5th here. And take a big dive down low up to Justin Jones. Gomez is going to try and get by us. She's going to do that. Here we go. 1 lap to go. Can we get up there past Hugh Ackerman? Justin Jones is going to take the lead. Can Justin Jones get his first career win before us? I'm hoping not. Here comes our teammate, Leslie Gomez, and she's going to do it. Leslie Gomez is going to win the first race of the year, and we're going to grab a top 5. Now, that was a great race over at Las Vegas. Able to qualify 9th, make it up the field, and finish a good, respective 5th place finish. And to help our teammate, Leslie Gomez, take home her first win of the year, I think that this could be our year. We're going to start 5th in the standings. If we can hold this, we will be able to make the playoffs. As I believe there's only 8 drivers able to qualify for the playoffs. But there it is, Justin Jones with the fastest lap. We have yet to get one of those. Hugh Ackerman with the most laps led. On the move went over to Eric Wright from 17th to 10th. What a great effort for him. And tough break for Kelly Cates. So up next is going to be Dreblin. Hopefully we can do good at Dreblin. Grab a win. And move on to the playoffs. That would be awesome. There's our race summary. 5th place finish over at Las Vegas. Our first top 5 of the year, and I'm hoping we can get a lot more than just 1. Here we go for race number 2 over at Dreblin. You have to do good for these first 3 races, because I believe we can have a very good car over at Eldora and grab a win. That's our number 1 hope. Win at Eldora. Alright. We go for qualifying at Dreblin. Now I'm hoping our 3 years of experience in the Dirt Series is going to help us do good here at Dreblin. We're going to have some great corners here. Mess up a little bit there. But this car definitely has a lot more speed than the RH4 car we drove last year. And we are definitely doing a lot better in the Gearhawk car than the RH4. And we're going to have a great run there, completely getting the goal, but we're going to start 15th. Definitely not where we want to start, but we need to get up there into the top 10 if we want to contend. Alright, here we go for Dreblin. We will be starting on the bottom lane, which is my preferred lane. I'm going to immediately take a jump here on the restart. Well, on the start, actually, since there isn't a restart. Gonna do a very good run there. Up into the top 5. Well, top 10, my bad. Not up into the top 5 yet. And that's what we're hoping to do. We're going to take a big, big jump up over to Caleb Stevenson. Tony Stewart's going to get up into us as we now battle up into the top 5. Can Leslie Gomez take home her second race win of the year to be the first two-time winner? Here comes Alan Anderson looking for the RH4 team's first ever win, but Tony Stewart is going to take a big leap here under Leslie Gomez. We're going to try and battle for top 3 position. 1 lap to go. Getting up into the back end of Tony Stewart. Will we be able to hold him off? Here comes Bobby Carter and Caleb Stevenson. They're going to be trying to gain up on us. We are holding our 3rd place finish. Here comes Caleb Stevenson, going to take away 3rd, but we are going to finish 4th here for the second race of the year. Alan Anderson taking home RH4's first win of the season and of their career. Very, very good run by Alan Anderson. And that's going to push us up to 3rd place in the standings. The best we have ever done here in this save. Well, up next is going to be Eldora. And if we can hold this speed, I think we can definitely get a win. Alright, there we go, 4th place. Almost could have gone 3rd, which might have put us ahead of Tony Stewart, but up next is going to be Eldora, which is one of our best racetracks. Hoping we can do good there. Now, if you guys remember what happened in that championship race, we were running very well up in the top 5 when our own teammate, Alan Anderson, came out of nowhere when I got loose off of a wall and completely took us out and wrecked us, which is definitely not what we want to do here at the next Eldora race. We want to try and get up there and win, and that's going to be our number 1 goal here, to get up there and win a race, because we have not won a race yet, and that is just our number 1 goal all the time. Win races. Let's see if that will work here at this Eldora race. The good thing about this Eldora race is that if we win here, it will qualify us into the playoffs. So here we go. We're hoping to grab a win and be the second Gearhawk driver to get in to the playoffs, which will only leave David Ryan to fight for a playoff spot, which back when I was with some backmarker teams, he wasn't really the best, so it might just be me and Leslie Gomez fighting for the title in a Gearhawk. But we definitely have a lot of speed here. Our 3 years of experience really paying off here, as we are going to get an amazing lap there, putting us 10th place. Good enough for a top 10, which is exactly where we want to start. Going to be behind our teammate of Leslie Gomez, and on pole is going to be Roy Wood. And we're actually going to start 9th here, so we will be on my dominant bottom line. So hopefully we can do good. So someone must have fallen back. But here we go. After Alan Anderson got his first career win and the first win for RH4, I believe that we might have some good speed to take home a win. Whoa! Mark Hunter's going to get up into us. We're going to hit Caleb Stevenson up to 2nd, maybe. No, we're not going to quite pass him. We're going to jump down over to Roy Wood. We're going to clear Caleb Stevenson. But Stevenson, he says he is not done yet. We're going to jump down low again, looking to get by Roy Wood, and we're going to do that. Can we hold him off for the next 2 laps? Here comes Stevenson. He's going to get us a little loose. But we are not going to be done fighting for this race win. We're going to take the top line around, having some good speed. We're going to dive down, maybe taking the top line, or we're going to take the middle. Hello? Okay. So I was getting a call, So then pause the race once again, which is very frustrating that it does this. So we are actually going to be trying to get back up there. We were in the lead when my friend decided to call me, so we're going to have to redo this whole thing, which is very frustrating to me. And for the past 3 days, this has not happened once, so it's very, very frustrating. So here we go. Once again fighting for a win. We're going to get up to 5th place in one corner. We're going to have a way faster car. We're going to hit a wall, though. Hopefully that doesn't take a lot of speed. Caleb Stevenson's going to get us loose once again. Danny Hoffman going to help us get a little bit of a bigger drive there. Up to the lead for just a split second. Here we go, passing Caleb Stevenson. We're going to get really loose into the corner, but we are going to block them. Here we go, up into the wall. Not what we want to do. We're going to go 3 wide top, which is not what I wanted to do there. We're going to back out a little bit, but we're going to try and get past Caleb Stevenson. Going up to Danny Hoffman now. We are not going to get there. 1 lap to go. Can we get up there? No, we're going to get into Caleb Stevenson after getting into the wall. Danny Hoffman is up front. Danny Hoffman might be taking away a win here. We are going to dive super low for a Hail Mary move. Does it work out? No, Danny Hoffman's going to take the win, and we're going to get second. What a wild race there. We were so close to that first career win, and I feel like we might be able to take the points lead soon. We are going to get up to second, only 2 points behind Tony Stewart. What a just insane turn of events for us. Now I'm actually going to decide to do this race as the final race of the video. I have not eaten lunch yet today. I am kind of hungry, so I might have to end the stream a little early. Well, actually a lot early compared to the other streams we've been doing. So we'll only be making it 4 races. But we have a ton of momentum here going into the next race, which will be over at Texas, I believe. No, Charlotte. So we're actually, I'm going to say we are going to go up to Bristol Dirt. If we don't win at Bristol Dirt, that's fine. We're going to go try and get a contract from Champions Motorsports. But we're going to go up to Bristol Dirt. Once we finish Bristol Dirt, we are going to do the rest of the season in another episode. Only because I am kind of hungry right now. But here we go for Charlotte. We're going to hope for some very big speed here. Hopefully we can get a win. If that doesn't work out, we're going to have to go for a winning position over at Bristol Dirt. And hopefully we can win at Bristol Dirt. And our teammate won't try and mess us up again. But, I mean, we've had some very, very good races with some very, very deserving winners. With Leslie Gomez winning race 1 and then Alan Anderson winning race 2. And then Danny Hoffman winning just last race at Eldora. So it's going to be a very, very chaotic season here for season number 3. But it might be a good season for us, as we are now battling for the points lead with Tony Stewart, which we have never done in this entire career mode. We've only battled Tony Stewart really big for a win back at Jefferson last year when I got mad at him and took him out going into turn 1 and completely DNF'd both of our cars. So, yeah, we definitely have our work cut out for us here coming into these next 2 races. As you guys can tell, I am talking a lot more here during these videos because I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable doing these because, I've only done 2 of these back before I started doing these live streams almost every day. So I am getting a little bit more comfortable doing these live streams, so that's why I'm talking a little bit more. We're going to be starting 6th on the top line, which is not where we really want to be, but it's going to be Justin Jones out front on pole once again here at Charlotte. Will he be able to take home a win? Here comes Cody Brock. We are going to make a big move for 3 wide middle. Here we go. Already taking a big shot for the race lead. We are not going to get there, though. We are going to hit the wall a couple of times. But we are still going to be battling for this lead. We're going to get up into the back end of Justin Jones. Going to take a big jump going into this corner. Will we be able to hold off Tony Stewart? No, Stewart's going to get up into us. We might have just led our first ever lap. But here we go. Going to go up top. Not going to work out. Stewart's going to get right back by us. Going to go up for another big move. Will it work out? Not really. Stewart is going to get by us once again. Here we go. The final lap. The final lap to try and make this move. We're going to get very loose off the side of Tony Stewart. Stewart's going to zoom right by us. Here we go. Another big move. Will we be able to beat out Tony Stewart? It's going to be a close call. We are not. We're going to take another frustrating second place finish. But it's still going to be a very, very good finish there. Tony Stewart might have just held on to his points lead just by a little, as you can tell. Just a little bit of a points lead over us. He just took home his first win of the year. So if I take home my first win of the year, the next race, it's going to be a wild points battle between me, Stewart, and Gomez. And I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit too early to say this, but I feel like it's not too late to say this. I'm going to say we have a good shot at winning this championship just based on how consistent we've been. So I think we're going to get 2 goals this year now. Number 1, beat Tony Stewart. And number 2, win a bunch of races. So as you guys could see, second place finish, going into my best racetrack, which is Bristol Dirt. Let's see what we can do. And as you guys could have told, by the end of last stream, I was starting to get really frustrated with myself because I kept doing horribly when I was telling myself to do very good. So, our number 1 goal really is just not to get frustrated with ourselves. And right now, I'm feeling really, really good about myself because of just how good we have been doing these past few races. I'm just really, really proud of myself for finally figuring out how to drive these cars and to start really becoming a threat for wins for the first time ever in this career mode. And I really don't want to go winless my entire career on dirt. So here we go at Bristol Dirt, looking for our first career win. Will it happen today? Gonna go down the backstretch, up into the next corner. Gonna have a little bit of a bad corner there. We might need to get that figured out by next race, as we really do not want to miss out on another win. Here we go. Going for qualifying. We're gonna get up a little bit to the top line. It's a little hard here with driving a car with so much power in it, because I haven't driven a car like this with this much power in it my entire career. So we are going to finish a very, very good job here. Going to start 7th, our best career start, I believe, ever here in this career mode. But on pole, it's going to be Tony Stewart, so we definitely have our work cut out for us. But we will be starting the bottom line. Let's hope we can get this win. It's going to be our number 1 goal here. Here we go. Gonna jump down low, very, very low. Up into Cody Brock. We're already gonna get up to a 3rd place position here. Gonna try and get up to Bobby Carter and Tony Stewart. Will work out. We do have a pretty good run there, beating out Mark Hunter 3 laps ago. We're gonna take a big, big shot up to Tony Stewart. Will we be able to pass him? We do pass him for 1st place. Will we be able to lead our first ever lap? No, we are going to get a little bit of a bad turn there, but we do kind of hold on to Tony Stewart. We're going to lead that lap, our first lap led ever. Here we go, 2 laps to go. Still battling for this race win against Tony Stewart. Stewart's going to get us loose, but we're going to take a big shot up into the corner. We're going to hold on to this run once again. Stewart's there. Carter's there. He's going to get us loose into the corner. We're going to lose it very, very hard. Losing a ton of momentum. And it was on the final lap also. We could have gotten a win here, but it's not going to work out. We're going to finish third, and it's another high note for us. But Tony Stewart took home his second win of the year. Very, very frustrating for us. But look at this top 10. A wild top 10. Anthony Norton getting up there. Alan Anderson back up there. Cody Brock. A bunch of drivers you would not have expected to be up there. But we are going to keep our second place finish here. And that's going to be it for today's live stream. Unless, really, I'm going to see how many races until the halfway point. So if there's going to be like 1 or 2 races till the halfway point, we're going to go to the halfway point. If there's not, we're going to stay here, end the stream now, and then that's it. So no, we are on race 5, so we'll be race 6. So we're going to go to the halfway point now. You guys are lucky. But it's going to be Texas. I will be very surprised if we get our first career win over at Texas. Then the halfway point will be at Jefferson, which is one of my best tracks. So, who knows? We might be able to do good here, but we also might be losing some position here at Texas, since it is one of my worst tracks. But I believe that if we keep running this good, we might be able to get that position back. And that's really our #1 goal here, is to stay in this second place position. Because if we just follow Tony Stewart to the championship, we're going to have a good shot of winning the championship if Stewart has a bad race. And especially with that championship race being at Eldora, where really anything can happen, as we saw Danny Hoffman take home the win. I don't know. So, here we go over at Texas. As you can already tell, we didn't even get to full speed before I started to get up towards that wall. Take a big dive into this corner. And our goal really here at Texas is just not to make any contact with the wall at all. So we're going to go a little high here towards the wall, but not. We'd never touched it. Going to take a big drive through there. We're going to have a great qualifying run here at Texas, starting 9th. We will be able to get our first career win at one of my worst tracks. That'll be very surprising, but we do have one of our enemies up ahead of us, being Ryan Foster. He's not one of our really official rivals. He is a rival I have kind of said is my rival. Same thing with Bobby Williams, who both of them continue to bump into me on purpose and get me up towards the wall, taking me out of wind. But look at who's up front. It is Danny Hoffman. Once again, we're going to get up into Roy Wood, taking that second place away. But Danny Hoffman, he has a heck of a car. I don't think we'll even have a chance of catching up to that guy. Getting pretty loose there. 2 laps to go here. Are we able to hold on? No, we're going to get a very, very bad turn there. Looking over to Randy Davis. Not a good run there into that corner. We're going to get a position taken away, maybe by Mark Hunter. Yep, it's going to happen. Mark Hunter going to take that position away. Kind of inevitable there. But here we go. Can we at least hold on to a top 5 finish? And we might be able to beat out Tony Stewart, looking once again for another top 3 finish. Will it work out? It looks like it might. We're going to finish 2nd. Wow. It's another 2nd place, our 3rd consecutive 2nd place finish. And will that put us ahead of Tony Stewart finally? No, not quite. We are only behind 10 points, which is a good 10 points we can easily make up going into Jefferson. Alright. Here we go, going into the final race of this live stream. Will we finally be able to get a good finish? We can honestly sign with any team we like, except for Tony Stewart because we have to finish third in playoff standings. We're actually going to sign over Queen City Racing. So here we go over to Jefferson. We've ran with 3 different teams over our 3 different seasons, and I believe every team we've run with have done an amazing job with giving us some amazing cars. But you know, our first season wasn't good, didn't go to plan, but we've made it work. Our second season, it got us a very, very good run. You know, I think that this year could be our year, finally getting to a 4-star team. Let's hope we can win here at Jefferson. It would be our first career win, and we are definitely hoping that we can get that heading into Jefferson. Jefferson has always been a good racetrack for us, always finishing good up there. Same thing with Bristol Dirt and Eldora. We've always been good at those racetracks. Kind of mediocre at the others, but right now we are showing that we can just run up front and run good at any racetrack. No matter where we qualify, we can find a way to get up to the top 10, or even the top 5, or find a way to get a runner-up finish. And you know, I think that's just been our superpower all year, just trying to find a way to get a runner-up finish, trying to get past everyone, not caring who we get past. So here we go. Gonna try to get a good finish here at Jefferson. Just like I've said, this track is always a good track to us. Let's hope we can get a good finish here. The only thing that this track hasn't been good to us with is qualifying. It has never given us a good qualifying result. And right now, we are hoping that we do get that good qualifying result. Just continuing to dive through every corner. We always mess up that corner every single time we race or even qualify here. We are still just doing an amazing job here at Jefferson. Let's see if we can hold on to this good finish. Get a little bit up into that gate, which will give us a good dive into this next corner. Gonna head over to the drag strip now, one of my favorite parts of this racetrack. Where's asphalt? Where do you just get so much momentum going down here to just dive right into the next corner. Jefferson has always been a good track to us. Let's see if we can just stay up front and get a good run here for the 1-lap sprint at Jefferson. Our number 69 NASCAR Heat 4 race car has always been pretty fast. We are hoping to get a good truck ride next season, but we are going to qualify a pretty good finish there, 11th, putting us down onto the good line for us heading into turn number 1. Let's hope that it doesn't change our position. It didn't. So here we go at Jefferson, hoping that we can get our first career win at this racetrack. We're going to get a good restart there, not falling back at all. Gonna get a little bit up into the Cobb. Here we go, a big run here. And we are going to get up to 6th place, looking to get up into the top 5 now. Gonna have a great run there. But look who's in the lead. Tony Stewart. There goes Leslie Gomez, our teammate. Gonna take a big shot down there to the drag strip portion up next to Hugh Ackerman. We have a few turns left. to get up to Tony Stewart. Will it work out? Not going to have a very good turn up into there. Well, out of the drag strip portion. Now we're going to head up into the chicane. Can we get up to Tony Stewart? Going to take a big shot there. Going to get up into him. We're going to get ourselves loose. Up into the wall. Here comes Leslie Gomez. Going to try and beat her through the chicane. We're going to make some big major contact into the wall, making us fall back. But we will lose our runner-up finish, but we will not lose our top 5 streak. We're going to do a Ross Chastain Hail Melon around the wall for a good 4th place finish. We were up there. We kind of messed it up ourselves, but what a good finish there for the final half of the year. Well, for the first half of the year. Tony Stewart went back and grabbed, I believe, his 3rd race win of the year. What a absolutely amazing year for Tony Stewart so far. He has just been the driver to beat this entire 3 years we've been running the dirt cars. And right now, I think we are starting to put ourselves into this driver to beat position. And there it is, the final half of the year. Well, the first half of the year is all done. We are sitting in a very, very good 2nd place finish in the standings. Tony Stewart, 3 wins, us with 0. Currently 5th in the points standings. We need to make sure that 4 more drivers do not find a way to win. Right here, there's Tony Stewart with 3 wins. Danny Hoffman with a surprising 2 wins. Then Leslie Gomez and Alan Anderson, both with 2 wins of the year. Then there's me, John Johnson, up in 5th. Mark Hunter in 6th. Caleb Stevenson in 7th. And Cody Brock, surprising 8th place right there. Well, that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys for the second half